actually in the middle of cleaning out my figure shelves here. Here's my little collection. But I was in the process of cleaning them, and I've been wanting to do this video on this custom snake eyes that I have for a while. So I figured I might as well just get it done now. But this started off as the Hot Toys G.I. Joe Retaliation Snake Eyes figure. They came out a few years ago. Maybe, I'm not sure, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. But, excuse me. I've always wanted a Snake Eyes figure. Snake Eyes is my favorite G.I. Joe. He's everyone's favorite G.I. Joe, but I've always wanted just like a really nice Snake Eyes. And I've always liked the idea of Snake Eyes being a very commando type of ninja with a lot of, you know, harnesses and bags and just very tactical looking. And I really liked the design from the movie. I thought it looked great. I loved the armor. The helmet here, as you can see, the helmet design looks beautiful with the different colors and the different sheens, and the armor with the logo on the shoulder, the little Arashikage symbol. It looks really great. But the figure originally has none of these straps here. If you've seen the original figure, you'll know that it doesn't have any of these straps or any pouches, Well, actually, I'll put up a photo of what it originally looked like, or I'll put up a few photos so you can kind of get a frame of reference of what I changed. But he is really, I guess it just comes down to the movie design, but I like the movie design from the waist up, because he's very armored, he's very cool, very tactical, but from the waist down, he just kind of has these regular tactical pants, like baggy, and then they're just kind of over his boots, and I wasn't particularly into the boots he had. There were these little like laceless, almost sneaker looking boots, but I guess it makes sense to the character because he's a ninja, but aesthetically it wasn't really what I was looking for, or at least not completely. I actually really like the what is it, the Sideshow Snake Eyes figure. That one's pretty old at this point, but I really like his pouches and just the design of how he has a lot of bags and very tactical boots and baggy pants and everything. I really like that look for Snake Eyes, but that figure's a little old. It's pretty dated, and the body's very skinny, and I don't particularly like the head because it has that like cloth, kind of like the Hot Toys Spider-Man figures that have the little cloth like sewn over. So it looks a bit weird, but I kind of wanted to make a bit of an amalgamation of both. I like the lower half of the Sideshow one, and I like the upper half of the Hot Toys. So I went ahead and bought this Hot Toys. I got it on Mercari for $180. He was used, but he's in very good condition, and there's nothing wrong with him. Like the figure's perfect. The only thing that was a bit of a discrepancy was the little SMG, like the little submachine gun he came with. It was missing a part, like the little swing down handle, but I wasn't too concerned about that. I'm not going to display it with him anyways. But yeah, I essentially just kind of mixed the two designs together to get this sort of very tactical looking Snake Eyes here. As you can see, let me go ahead and turn on this light up here. Oops, sorry. So you get a better look. Yeah, let me go over what I actually did to him. So, like I said before, I'll put up some photos of the original figure so you can see what he looked like, and then I'll put up some photos of the Sideshow figure so you can kind of get an idea of what both of those look like, in case you haven't seen them. I first started by taking the figure completely apart, which was a little harder said than done. Let me spin him around here. He is pretty glued into his tops. All these zippers and everything are glued down. so I had to cut into everything to take him apart. But once I've loosened everything up, it was very easy, just slipping off the top and the pants. But if you have this figure, or the original figure, you'll know that he has this sort of fat suit all throughout, from the neck to the knees. This like cotton fat suit that Hot Toys likes to use because it fills out the clothing very nicely and it gives it a very good look and very realistic look. But it really hinders articulation. So I originally wanted to just remove it entirely, but I found that the clothes were far too big for the body. The body's very skinny, so the top was very baggy and the pants would fall down. It would have given him very good articulation, but it just, aesthetically speaking, it really, it looked very toyish. So I decided I was going to keep it, but I wanted to modify it to give him a bit more hip articulation. This is where it suffers the most, because the trousers are very thick material, and the cotton and everything just fights the joints too much. So I ended up slicing the thigh. I wanted to just cut the thighs off completely, but I realized if I just slice all around the sort of groin area, this line through here, and just leave a little sliver of cotton connecting it from the top to the thigh, I could keep the thighs while still keeping a bit more articulation in the hips here. So I ended up doing that. I put the fat suit on him with the cuts there. Did it on both sides all the way around. So it's just a sliver about the width of the strap here of cotton, just holding it on. That way it keeps the aesthetics, or the shape of the thighs and everything. But I put it back on. I put on his clothing, and then when I put the armor on, I found that if you see other reviews of it when the figure originally came, or how the figure originally came, this armor sort of bows out a lot. Like, it seems to stick out a lot. It has these two little pieces of Velcro here that hold it down, but I don't know if they're strong enough to hold it. So this would always be like riding up, like all throughout it would be just riding up, and it would look really weird, and it would really throw off the proportions of the chest. So I ended up just forcing it down and putting a little dab of super glue there on each side to hold it in place. From there, it was just a matter of adding all the pouches and everything that was, inspired by the Sideshow one. I did try to use the Sideshow harness and pouches and everything, but I couldn't find them anywhere, and it was just too expensive to buy the Sideshow snake eyes to be able to combine them. So I had to keep looking, and for a few weeks I was just looking around eBay trying to see any other figures that had a sort of harness and pouches similar to what I wanted. So I ended up finding this harness here. As you can see, it's like a nice V harness that goes over those shoulders, and under the crotch here it has a belt that goes all the way around. This actually did end up coming from a Sideshow G.I. Joe figure. It's from the Cobra Viper figure. It was really expensive. I think it was like $45 just for this little strap, because it's a very rare figure at this point, and so it's even more rare to find it in parts. But I just happened to get lucky. But I put that on him, and I actually glued it down right up here, all throughout the shoulders and throughout the chest here, because I didn't want it to be moving around. When I first left it, it was just kind of fall off the shoulders, so I didn't want to be dealing with that. I fed it through, and then I put it through the shoulders and fed it through this little back, little cloth piece he has here holding his pouches and his katana. From there, I just added these pouches. I bought them from different sellers on eBay and from blackopstoys.com. I ended up getting like 4 large bags of different pouches and straps and stuff like that, just to have more options to play with. So he has this big pouch here. This pistol is from the original figure. This came with him. I just left it there. Then I added this drop leg magazine holder. Down here is 2 more little magazine holders. back here he has this big pouch. This is the biggest pouch I added. He already came with these two little ones and the knife. It's a little busy back there, a little more busy than I would like it to be, but it's not too bad. There's another large pouch. And then on this leg, I have this cloth holster with a little Desert Eagle and a tiny little magazine in there and everything. This is from the Virtual Toys Punisher, the like third-party Punisher figure that just came out a few months ago, from Punisher Warzone. I wanted something cloth to kind of match the materials a little better, so that one fit the bill pretty well. And there's another pouch right there. And on the straps themselves, I added another pouch here. I super glued all the pouches shut. I'm never gonna open them, so I wanted them to hang a little better, like if they had actual weight. Excuse me. And then this knife here came with Snake Eyes. It was on this belt. It's the same knife he has on his back, but I just kind of cut off a little clip that he had back there. So this little knife had a tiny little clip right there. And I just cut it off and super glued it down. I think it looks pretty cool. Kind of looks like Snake from Metal Gear Solid 3 with his little knife there. From there, I just added these Soldier Story knee pads, just regular knee pads, and then I wanted ankle articulation, so I went with these. I believe they're Virtual Toys as well, from the same Punisher figure as that. They're actual leather boots, as you can see. It's all like real leather and real like canvas with real laces and everything. It allows to a lot of ankle movement, so you can sit very naturally. But yeah, they look really good. I wanted to use the Hot Toys Punisher boots from the figure from the Netflix show, because it's like a two-piece design. I really don't like when figures don't have ankle articulation, but couldn't find them anywhere, so I opted to go with these, and I think it fits the materials really well and the colors and everything. They're really detailed. I had to lace them up, and I actually had to sculpt the foot and add a foot in here because I didn't realize it didn't come with the foot, and Snake Eyes doesn't have feet, so that was a bit of a pain. But yeah, I have the brown knife, or the brown katana back here. I do prefer this katana. I think it looks a lot cooler. Let's see if I can pull it out with one hand. It has the brown handle with the black blade. I think that actually looks way cooler than the chrome one. But I just like the kind of pop of color on his back there with the brown handle. I know he doesn't have two swords, but I think it looks cool, and I really like the silver, because if he was holding it, you wouldn't be able to see the brown, and it'd just be too much black. So I have the chrome sword there. These are actual metal swords, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's about it. So it's not too much, but I think it really changes the looks, and I think it really improves the look of the figure. Let me get the slide off so you can see it a little better. And then we're a little step back here. Yeah, I think it definitely has improved the look of the figure overall quite substantially. I like it a lot more now. I think it looks great, and I'm very happy, and I'm very proud of how this came out. This is the first time I've ever customized the figure, let alone customize all Hot Toys. So I just got lucky that I managed to get the figure very cheap, so I wasn't too afraid, you know, of messing it up, since I got it relatively cheap. But if I had paid, I have seen these figures go for like $300, $350, which is way too much for me to, you know, be able to customize. I have a couple other Hot Toys that I paid about that much for, a little over, and I would not be able to do anything to those because I'm too scared to mess them up. But yeah, let me show you the back. There's the back with the boots. Like I said, I like the boots being, the pants here being tucked into the boots. I think it looks a lot cooler. But got Snake Eyes here. Let me know if you guys like it, or if, you know, any of you would consider doing the same thing to your own figure. Yeah, thanks for watching.